We're going to be dealing with a lot of important matters, maybe even some pretty weighty matters. I would like to put a little bit of a human touch on this. I have a 3-year-old nephew named David, and when my sister was pregnant, I told her, now I'm going to teach David all the really important things in life, the things that really matter. So for example, the first word I taught him was pizza. But more importantly, I told my sister I was going to teach David about the universe, about the stars, about the planets, and especially about the moon and why we've been there and why we need to go back. I was talking to my sister last week, and she told me that she and her husband and David, they were out one night. It was a full moon, and they were out walking, and David pointed up at the moon, and he said, "Uncle Jeff is up there." And thank you, David, for saying that. But what I really love is that he said, I hope that Uncle Jeff is careful so he doesn't fall off. And that's what I want to think about for a minute. We've been to the moon. We fell off. Now we're going to go back to the moon. And how do we make sure that we don't fall off again? How do we accomplish that? How do we create an implementation plan for going to the moon and staying on the moon that takes advantage of all the wonderful skills and experience that NASA and the traditional aerospace companies provide, that the entrepreneurial companies like T-Space provide, and that even the non-space companies like, for example, Caterpillar, which is represented here, that are already thinking, gee, how do we use our Earth-moving equipment on a completely different body in space? So how do we accomplish this? Well, first I think we need to understand we are talking about building communities. This isn't just about exploration, it's about settlement. In the context of the overall economy, if you will, we've seen historically, we've seen this country, other countries move from an agrarian economy to an industrial economy to an information economy. From my point of view, we are on the verge of moving to a space economy because everything that we do in space, especially on the moon, has got to be relevant to our entire economic lives back here on Earth as well. And finally, with everything that we're doing, the engineering challenges, the political challenges, the financial challenges, the risks, the dangers, we must never lose touch. We must never lose touch with the sheer majesty of what we're doing, of what really touches us in here, because that's what's going to keep us going through the inevitable setbacks. And there is tremendous majesty to what we're doing, and it's so important to stay in touch with that. If we do all these things, then we will not fall off the moon. I think it's really that simple, even though what we're talking about is a very complex task. So again, thank you very much for being here. I'd like to turn the dais back over to Jeff. Have a wonderful conference.